Hello, ladies and gentlemen, HoloTide here, and today I want to talk about Rook. Now, the Waster shotgun was nerfed and then kind of buffed again recently. And if you're running Rook, you've probably felt that more than anyone else. So I want to break down exactly what changed, how it hits Rook specifically, and whether this shell is still worth playing in the current meta, or whether it's time to hang it up. Before we get into it though, I gotta do the YouTuber spiel. If you enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more marathon content. I'm currently working on like 4 videos right now, and I could be your 3rd favorite marathon YouTuber. Now, before we get started, let's talk about what Rook actually is. I know a lot of you have played Rook, you can skip forward, but I still think a lot of people aren't fully clear on what this shell is. Yes, Rook is Marathon's only solo runner in the sense that you can't queue with a squad. You can't bring in vault gear. You're just dropped in with a preset loadout. It's affected on how far you are with your capstones with the different corps. You're spawned in a few minutes after the match starts and you're just running against full trios by yourself, or I guess with other Rooks. And honestly, that's kind of the point. Rook isn't here to win gunfights, and I think that's how Bungie intended it to be. He's here to run objectives, scavenge, exfil efficiently, and help build those long-term progression faction upgrades. His kit is kind of built around that as well. He can heal himself. He can go incognito mode when needed against the UESC. His cooldowns are long though. So when we talk about the Waster nerf, we're not just talking about a weapon change. We're talking about like removing one of Rook's most important survival tools once it's unlocked. So before these changes, the Waster was S tier. Like, absolutely, it was one of the best weapons, if not the best weapon to have in your secondary slot across the entire game. And for Rook, it became basically a necessity to run. Rook has no teammates. If a squad rushes you, there's no trade, no revive, no fallback. You can't bait your teammates. But the shotgun gave you a panic button. You can close the gap fast. You can 2-tap through shields and get out before they really recovered from that. And then it got nerfed. Can't down blue shields. And this is in direct correlation to how dominant the Waster was in eclipsing a lot of other options in short range. So unless you got like stacked overflow, you got to reload mid-fight to beat somebody with a blue shield. So even if you get the drop on them, you're probably not going to be able to take out all 3. But again, does this go back to what Bungie intended? But if you look across social media and stuff, the community definitely seems split on all of this, and I understand both sides. You know, people who support the nerf say that you shouldn't be relying on one gun to win every single close range fight. They advocate for adapting and learning other weapons and playing smarter, and that's a fair argument. But the pushback, especially from people who run Rook a lot, is also understandable. Some wanted Bungie to hit the reload speed or the spread instead of just raw damage. That way the gun still has significant oomph to it when you shoot, but you're punished harder for missing shots. By reducing the damage, you've effectively made a shield buff, and you make it harder for people trying to punch up against better geared squads. And quite honestly, that doesn't just affect Rook. There were times where I had a Waster and a gray shield and I was taking out full kitted purple enemies with a team. It was like the great equalizer button. But for a shell with Rook's kit, you're already outgunned, and so this nerf hits even harder. So this is where I land on all of this. Rook, yes, is still viable. Like any shell in the game, if you know how to play it and you know how to utilize its kit, you can use anything to your advantage. But now he's not the shell where you can just play super aggressive and get away with it, or form a team of Rooks and just rush squads on outposts. And I think a lot of people just don't like that. Like, to me, the play style is pick your fights. Don't chase fights. Don't chase kills that don't really benefit your run. You know, that's kind of where Rooks fall apart now. Instead of going for kills, you get in, do whatever objective that you wanted to do, whatever salvage you were trying to get, and get out. Instead of these like 0 to hero runs. I'm sure that Bungie is looking at all the data with this and seeing what the community is doing and saying, And I'm sure that there are going to be changes in the future, just like how they already kind of buff the Waster again, especially against PvE enemies. But the bottom line is, if you're playing Rook right, quote unquote, the Waster nerf is an adjustment, and it's not really this like death sentence to the kit or the shell. Now, if you're using it as a crutch to win all those fights you had no business in winning, then yeah, you're gonna feel it. But absolutely, Rook is still fun to play. Instead of going Rambo hardcore with nothing to lose, it's a little more of that horror game when you play solo. But let me know in the comments, have you been running Rook? Are you still running Rook after the patch? Or has this pushed you into a different play style? Or are you just not playing Rook at all? I'm genuinely curious where the community is landing on this. And remember, if you want more marathon breakdowns and coverage, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. If you're on mobile, hype the video up, and thanks for watching. Peace.